Russia-Ukraine war live. Russia accuses British Navy of terrorist attack on Nord Stream gas pipelines. Russian troops moved large numbers of sick and wounded comrades from hospitals in southern Ukraine's Kherson region, Ukrainian military officials reported Saturday, as their forces fought to retake a province overrun by invading soldiers early in the war. Kremlin installed authorities in the mostly Russian-occupied region previously urged civilians to leave the city of Kherson, the region's capital. The Moscow-appointed authorities in Kherson also were reported this week to have joined tens of thousands of residents who fled to other Russia-held areas ahead of an expected Ukrainian advance. The so-called evacuation of invaders from the temporarily occupied territory of the Kherson region, including from medical institutions, continues, the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine said in a morning update. All equipment and medicines are being removed from Kherson hospitals. The military's claims could not be independently verified. Ukraine's President, Volodymyr Zelensky, said in a nightly video address on Friday that the Russians were dismantling the entire healthcare system in Kherson and other occupied areas. The occupiers have decided to close medical institutions in the cities, take away equipment, ambulances. Just everything, Zelensky said. They put pressure on the doctors who still remained in the occupied areas for them to move to the territory of Russia. Kherson is one of 4 regions of Ukraine that the Russian President, Vladimir Putin, illegally annexed last month and where he subsequently declared martial law. The others are Donetsk, Luhansk and Zaporizhia. The European Union has frozen Russian assets worth about €17 billion, £14.6 billion, since Moscow invaded Ukraine, the EU Justice Commissioner, Didier Reynders, said in an interview published on Saturday. The figure has risen from the roughly €13.8 billion, from oligarchs and other entities, that Reynders in July announced the EU had frozen, mainly in 5 countries. So far, the assets of 90 people have been frozen, more than €17 billion in 7 member states, including €2.2 billion in Germany, he told German media group Funk, including the Westdeutsche Allgemeine Zeitung daily. Ukrainian officials have been calling for the assets to be used to rebuild their country after the war. If it is criminal money confiscated by the EU, it is possible to transfer it to a compensation fund for Ukraine, Reynders said in the interview. This amount is far from being sufficient to finance reconstruction, he added. Reynders noted that Western sanctions have also led to the freezing of €300 billion of Central Bank of Russia foreign exchange reserves around the world, saying this could be used as a guarantee. From my point of view, it is at least possible to keep these €300 billion